Hi, welcome to this video. My name is Miriam and I love everything about books, and in 2021 I challenged myself to read 365 books. Today's video is not about that. In today's video I'm going to talk to you about signed books. I recently see a lot of posts on Instagram about people who have signed books. That made me wonder, how many signed books do I own? And I scavenged my bookshelves and, well, I was looking for signed copies and I ended up finding only one book that is signed by the author. Apart from the books I wrote myself, obviously, those are actually the ones I'm holding in my thumbnail. Like these books, these 7 books I wrote. They're Dutch YA books, and obviously I put my signature in every book I own. I think in almost every book I own. But, well, I have signed, in my lifetime, I've signed far more books than I have actually copies of my own of signed books. The book that is signed is a great book though, and it's Something to Live For by Richard Roeper. And to be honest, I was reading this book, and when I was like halfway through I took a picture for my Instagram and I noticed that there was a sticker on it, exclusive Waterstones edition, signed by the author. So that's when I realized that this was a signed book, and that actually got me interested in signed books. But then I realized that I only have one signed book, and that's this book. I think, well, I got like a number of explanations why this is the case. I think I have quite a lot of translated books, so they are translated into Dutch, and the original language is like English or another language, so they are not signed. We don't have like these big bookshops where you can get signed copies of books. At least that's what I think, that you can't get it. I have not really looked into this, but I also think that signed books are not really like a very big deal in the Netherlands. I don't know. I mean, I have not spoken to a lot of book collectors in the Netherlands actually, but signed books is, yeah, well, people, I don't know, I can't talk for other people, but I don't go to great lengths to get a signed edition of a book. I remember that a couple of years ago, Lynn Austin, the American Lynn Austin, was in the Netherlands, actually in the place where I live. She visited our local bookstore and she did like a signing session, and I had that day off and I did not go. I do regret it now, but I know why I did not do it, because back then I wasn't a really big fan of her books. That has grown a bit, but still. I don't think it's like, yeah, we do have these events where authors sign their books. I had the book launch of my 4th book, was a place where I signed my books, but only friends came, and someone I knew from church actually bought a signed book, and some other people, but it was a bit weird. I mean, not a lot of people came to that event, maybe also because I'm not really like a famous author or anything. I mean, I write books that take place in a Christian setting. I'm recently reading Garden City by John Mark Comer, and he says that there is no such thing as Christian books or Christian music, because it's the musician that is a Christian, and not the music he makes is not like Christian. Only people can be Christian and not things. So I thought that was really interesting, but I write books who take place in a Christian reformed setting, so that's why I'm not really like a famous author. So I think that's why people do not really, well, I don't know. A lot of people actually do like it when I sign the books, because I've got quite a lot of requests of people, if they see me, if I can sign their books. Actually, one day I had to go to a school and I had to, well, I was invited to tell a bit more about writing and actually give the students assignments on writing. There were like 13 and 14-year-olds, and actually one of the girls brought her collection of my books so I could sign them. But that was only one in like, I think I saw more than 100 students that day, maybe even 150, and quite a lot of them had read my books, but none of them had like the idea of, let's bring a book so she can sign it. So I think we have a bit of indifference about signed books. That might be the reason why I only have one copy. Oh, yeah! It is beautiful. It's really pretty. Look, 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 look. It's so pretty. So, one of my prettiest books has been signed by the author. And now I'm filming this video, I think of the 3 books I have on my shelves that can be signed by the author because, well, for reasons. I'm going to show them to you. The first book I've shown you on Monday as well, and I've told you a bit more about the author, is Echoes by Laura Tisdall. I'm sorry if I say your name wrong again, Laura. I have not looked it up yet how to say it. I'm sorry. This is a great book and also a great author. And well, I bought this book actually when I was in the UK, but I had not seen her since I got this book, so I could not ask for her to sign it. But the next time I can go to the UK and I can go to Woking, I will bring my copy of Echoes and ask Laura if she can sign this book. That would be one of the best days of my life, I guess, because then I would have 2 signed books on my bookshelves. I mean, I have over 500 books and only one of them is signed. I mean, yeah. Well, the other books are these 2 books written by 2 people who live in the same place as I do. And, well, the first one is Ik hou je vast by Marina Volkers. And I don't know where she lives, but it's really close because I think like a couple of months ago I actually got an Instagram message saying, is it possible that you were walking there and there at that time? And that was true. I was walking there with my dad. So I said, yeah, I was walking there with my dad. And then she said, well, then we actually greeted each other. And I did not know it was Marina. So, yeah. I was a bit sad about that. But I think the next time I go on a walk, all my next walks, I think I need to bring my copy of Ik hou je vast, so when I encounter her again I can ask if she can sign this book. And the other book is written by Lisette van der Herg. I actually got another book that's written by her, but this is her newest book. She also lives where I live, well, close by, in the same place, in the same, I think we're a village, but we're quite a big village. So the problem is where I live we are as big as a city, but we do not have city rights, so that's why we're a village. I think it works that way. I have no idea. Anyway, I would be honored if she wants to sign this book as well, because then I would have 4 or maybe even 5 signed books on my bookshelves. So that, yeah. That would be nice. And now I'm wondering, how about you? Do you have many signed books on your bookshelves, or do you not really care about that? And what author would you really, really like to meet, or like have one of their books have a signed edition of that book? For me, I would absolutely love to have a book signed by Tessa Afshar. She is really inspiring and I would absolutely love it to meet her, but I don't know if that's possible. And also Ted Dekker, his books meant a great deal to me when I was younger than I am now, and they still mean quite a lot to me, but his books really got me, wanted me to write more and do more with my writing. So those authors would be absolutely fantastic if I got a signed edition of one of their books. Well, what about you? Let me know in a comment. If you like this video, if you want to see more updates on my reading life, then consider subscribing to my channel. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and as always, happy reading!